spinach. These are spinach muffins, and we're going to do a really nice ginger carrot marmalade on top. So we're using about 2 cups of raw spinach. That's going to go into our food processor here. All the wet ingredients essentially are going to go in there. So I have applesauce.
Applesauce is a great way that you can replace some of the fats and oils in your baking. It really helps to, add that moisture content.
Mm-hmm. We got about half a cup of honey here. Use that to sweeten it up. And about 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. And an egg. Looking for that egg. So that's it. All our wet ingredients into the food processor and blend. You can leave it a little chunkier if you want, so you see some of the spinach, or you can just puree it through. And I mean, aside from the egg, you can probably go for that right now. So that's going to go in. Really nice, vibrant. Let me get my spoon there. Vibrant green.
The cool thing about spinach leaves, you want to basically go for the brightest green color that you can, because that shows you it's higher in vitamin C. Yes, they have studied this.
So wet ingredients in. Try to get as much as possible. And then I've got about 1.75 cups of red fife. We love using red fife. You can use spelt flour. Any flour will work with this. I've actually done it with quinoa flour, so a gluten-free version, and it works as well. So any flour choice.
Go for the whole grains if you can, or the stone ground, to get some more fiber into your recipe.
Some boo the quinoa flour. Not everyone's cup of tea. The quinoa flour does have a little bit of, I don't want to say a bitterness to it, but it's pretty distinctive taste. So you can go for it if you want. If not,
use your flour of choice.
We like using red fife, or spelt is another one too. And I have a little bit of baking powder in there. So we're going to slowly combine that. Now this batter, yeah, if you don't mind. This batter is pretty thin. Kind of like I guess a typical muffin. If you make muffins a lot, I guess would be a typical muffin batter. Otherwise, it's almost a little thicker than like a pancake batter, I would say. And just until it's all combined. That's probably.
That looks like a good consistency.
Yeah. And that'll go into some muffin tins. So actually, Christy, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So that's the consistency you're looking for. Really, really nice and green. They might not be the easiest sell for kids.
Just call them green monster muffins.
Sure, you can be creative at that point. I'll put you there. So those are going to go into your muffin tins as you would. And then for our marmalade, really, really simple. These are called, Simon, what are these called, these ones here? Purple dragon carrots.
Cool.
Amazing. It's got a nice little thin kind of violet sheath on the outside. And then you can grate them like this, but I just want to show you how orange, like how vibrant orange these are. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful carrots.
If you get these carrots with different colors, the different colors indicate that there's different types of plant nutrients that are in them, or different kinds of antioxidants. So with any vegetable, the more variety of color you go for, the more variety of nutrients you're going to be getting.
So I'm just grating this up. I use the large grater. I like the big chunks of the carrot. You want to go about 2 or 3 carrots. Let's make a small batch this time. So that's all done. So those muffins actually go into the oven. If you're making small ones like this, they don't take as long. So the muffins, if you're making regular size muffins, 350. It's going to take about 20 minutes or so. Otherwise, if you're making the smaller ones like that, it takes a little bit less time. It's about 15 minutes You'll get a nice golden brown. Toothpick test. Everyone know the toothpick test? Dry toothpick, you're good to go. So grated carrot. I want some grated ginger as well. Peel it. Should we peel it?
Yeah.
Probably should peel it. I'm not.
I mean, you'll get some extra fiber from the outside, but in terms of flavor or texture, I'm not sure how people feel about that.
I want the fiber. So ginger.
Extra fiber.
You can go as hot as you like. Ginger and carrot is a fantastic combination. It does have a nice little kick, nice little heat to it. But fresh ginger, just a little bit in there. Really nice. We have about, this is, I'm running out of spoons.
Ginger is another ingredient that there's research looking into its effect on inflammation. So
just put a cup of water, some honey for sweetness. I think I said buckwheat honey on there. You can use any type of honey. Buckwheat honey has like a kind of like a nice rich flavor to it, but any type of honey. And then some zest of an orange.
Wouldn't be lemon. Marmalade without the orange peel.
The orange just gives it a nice little boost of flavor there. So we have our microplane here. So we're using that zest and the juice as well. And so this is going to take, like if I would start with this, it'll take about the same time, about 20 minutes, 25 minutes or so. So you start this, by the time the muffins are done, this will be done. So that goes in, juice goes in, zest goes in, pot goes on, bring it to a boil. Once it starts to boil, reduce the heat to low, simmer, and just let it simmer away for about 20-25 minutes. And our spinach muffins. So that's what they look like.
Beautiful colors.